So the supplies that we'll need today to make our mini heart crochet leg warmers will be two contrasting colors. I'm using this brand Impeccable by Loops and Threads. It looks like it's 285 yards. It's a medium size 4 and it's saying it would require a 5mm crochet hook, but we're going to be using a size I or 5.5mm today. You also might want a tapestry needle and a pair of scissors. So this pattern will start from the bottom up, so we'll be going from the ankle area and going up to like the knee and calf area. But first we have to start off with how wide we want our leg warmer to be. So how I measured was just chaining in multiples of 4, as we'll need that for our heart pattern. And then I just measured that around the widest part of my calf, and then I moved it up to just under my knee, making sure that it wasn't too loose. So I did a chain of 40. So I'm going to start with the pink, or I guess this one's called Soft Rose in this brand. And this is going to be the main color of my bands, as well as the colors of my little hearts. I'm going to start by making a slip knot and just chaining 40. If you need more length or less length, you're just going to keep in mind that you just need multiples of 4. So after I make 40, I will meet you back here and we'll join the ends to make a loop. So now I have my chain of 40, and we want to make sure that we're not twisting this chain as we go to join it. So as best you can, keep it as flat as you can, and then we're going to keep our yarn on the hook here, but we're also going to join right at the first stitch we did and just do like a little slip stitch to close this off to make it a circle now. So what we're going to do is work double crochets all the way around. So to start off, we'll just chain up 3, and then in our next loop we do the double crochet, and in the next one repeat, and you just want to go all the way around with our double crochets, and I'll meet you at the end. This is what your row should look like after you've done your 40 double crochets, and you can see this is our original chain up of 3, and we're just going to join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch. Might be a little difficult to get in there, but that will seal off your row there. Now you have your nice circle of double crochets. So now in order to achieve this ribbed look that we have here, we're going to do a series of alternating front post double crochets and back post double crochets, and they're very similar to just doing a normal double crochet except for the point in which we are wrapping our yarn around. So we're just going to chain up of 3, and then our next double crochet, instead of going through the chain like this, we're going to go around this whole double crochet post, I guess. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to insert our hook behind that whole double crochet. We're going to yarn over, pull our yarn through, and just complete your double crochet as normal by pulling through 2, yarning over, pulling through 2. So that is a front post double crochet. Now we're going to do a back post double crochet in the next one. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to go through behind here so that we could pull up our yarn in front of that double crochet, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So this would be our front post double crochet, and this is our back post double crochet, and we're just going to repeat that. So our next one would be the front post, yarn over, pull through, and complete your double crochet, yarn over, go through the back, and pull through. And you can see it's starting to rib already. So just repeat that all the way around, and then we'll join to the top of our chain of 3 again. Okay, so I reached the end of that next row, and this was our original chain of 3, so I'm just going to find the 3rd chain and slip stitch into there. And then we'll chain up 3 to begin our next row here. And you can kind of see that the front posts are sticking out, the back posts are kind of pushing themselves to the back, and so you're just going to repeat this all the way around again by yarning over. This is our front post. We want to go under that little guy, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2 to finish off that double crochet. So for our next one, we're going to the back. So you're just going to reach your hook underneath, grabbing up that back post double crochet, and then completing that double crochet like so. And I'm just going to keep building taller and taller. And let me just double check how many rows I did. There's no real easy way to count how many rows you did once it all gets jumbled up like this, but just try to keep count as you go around. You could either do, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, or you could try to grab these little guys and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just repeat until you get 5 rows of these alternating front post double crochets and back post double crochets, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright guys, so this is what the 5 rows should end up looking like when you complete them. So instead of joining with this same color, I'm going to join with my next color because we're going to work a regular row of double crochets in that main body color. So by doing that, I will still find the 3rd chain from the top here, and then I'm just going to bring up my new color and just try to gracefully pull it through and then pull it through to my old color. I'll just tighten everything like that. I'm not going to trim the pink. I'm just going to let it fall to the back for now, and we'll just treat this new color as our main one now. So we're just going to chain up 3, and then we're going to work along the tops here in these chains, just making our regular double crochet. And you can clearly see the tops of where you need to go into. And just continue going underneath each chain in the previous row so that you have your new color of double crochet. And I'll meet you at the end. This is what your row of regular double crochets should look like. And you could see that I didn't trim any of the yarn, it's just kind of pulled to the back here. And we're just going to join at the top of that original chain 3, keeping the same color on our hook. And that'll complete that row for you. So now we're going to work on this next row here where we're going to start with our mini hearts. Since we're going to be working with the 2 colors of yarn here, we want to keep everything as untangled as we can, so we're going to keep 1 ball up top, 1 below, and this row will consist of single crochets now. So what you're going to want to do is chain up 1, and then we're going to single crochet in that same stitch. And you don't want anything to be too tight here with your tension. We're going to work a single crochet in the next stitch, and then to start our little heart, we're going to go in that stitch. We're going to pull up our pink yarn now, and we're going to pull the pink through, but we're going to finish with the white. So this is where it's important to not pull anything too tightly. So first you'll have this kind of loose loop here. You can pull it a tiny bit, but you don't want to pull it so tight that it's going to disappear. And then we're going to work this pink yarn behind, kind of just lacing it through our work. So we're going to do a single crochet in that main body color in the next. And you can see this is our little heart that remains here. Another single crochet in the next. And one more single crochet, so that'll be 3 single crochets in that main color. And then in your 4th stitch, we're going to go in, pull up our little heart color here, nice and loose, and then finish with the main color. So that will be our pattern all the way around. We're going to do the 3 single crochet again with that main body color. And then work your heart into the 4th. So repeat that all the way around until you get to the end. So the way that I finished this row was doing my little heart and then finishing with 1 single crochet of that main body color. So we're just going to join to our first single crochet, and that would show you that we still had the 1, 2, 3 in between the little hearts there where you're doing them in the 4th stitch. So for this next row, we're going to do another row of double crochets. You can see right here that's kind of separating each little segment here. So what we want to do is just chain up 3 and just put a double crochet all the way around, and you can just leave your heart color dangling there. You don't have to trim it at all. So just go around and do your double crochets, and at the end you're just going to join in a different way. So I'll show you that when we get to the end, okay? Now it's perfectly fine if you want your hearts to just continue in this pattern all the way up, but if you want them staggered in this way, I'll show you how to get that effect. So to finish that round that we were just working on, you are going to join at the top of your chain 3 with your main color here. But when we work our single crochet, it's just going to be a little different. So we can chain up 1, but when we go in to that same stitch, we're going to bring up our heart color, our little pink here from the back, if she wants to cooperate, and we're going to pull that through, and we're going to finish that first single crochet just like that. So now you can see that it's a little staggered here. So then we're going to do 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches here, making sure that we're keeping our heart color behind and we're just working it through. And then we're going to, in our 4th stitch, bring up that little pinkie pie color there and finish like so. So just repeat that around. You're going to do the 3 next stitches in that main color, and then in the 4th you're going to make your heart, and then you could just join at the end. Okay, good. So as predicted, we ended with the 3 single crochets of that main color, and we can just join to the top of that first single crochet, and then this is where we start to repeat our pattern again. We chain up 3, and then we just do our double crochets to separate our heart rows here. So just work that all the way around, and then you're going to repeat this row, double crochet, this row, double crochet, and I will double check how many rows I did for you and how long my leg warmer actually ended up measuring. So I ended up doing 37 rows total, and then for the sake of saving time, I'm not going to work all of those rows with you, but I'll show you how to finish off to get this other cuff that will be just sitting right below your knee. So from down here until I started making my next cuff here, this is 16 inches. So that's how long that I felt like I wanted it for my leg, and I wanted it to be like a tiny bit slouchy, but just make sure that you're ending with a row of your main color double crochet before you switch to your accent color here. So I ended up ending on that double crochet row here. And like I said, for the sake of time, I'm just showing you how to finish off and make your next cuff. So all the while we were just leaving this accent color behind untrimmed, and we're going to join with that one now so that we could chain up 3, and we can make double crochets similar to our previous row here all the way around. So just make that nice flat row of double crochets, join at the end, and then you're going to repeat what we did in the beginning. You're going to chain up 3 and then do your front post double crochet and back post double crochet, alternating all the way around until you have the 5 rows total. So then that's how you'll finish off your cuff that will lay under your knee. So this is what we end up with as our end result. So you could either slouch this, you can pull this up high, you can wear it on your bare skin or under your leggings, but it's a really cute pattern, especially for like Valentine's Day, or if you just want to feel extra cute.